All right, what is up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new here, my name's Chris, and if you are subscribed and you know who I am, what's up? Welcome back. Now, if you clicked on this video, it means that you're probably in the market for buying a new smartwatch, a new fitness tracker, and you're probably deciding, based off the video that you clicked on, between the Coros Pace 3 or the Apple Watch. Now, I recently just bought the Coros Pace 3 and I've been wearing it for about 2 weeks, and I have to say, I absolutely love it. However, for the past 4 years, I've been wearing the Apple Watch Series 4. So I bought the Coros Pace 3 because I wanted to track more runs and I want to take running a little bit more seriously, as I might be training for a marathon. I was just curious to see the data between the Apple Watch and the Coros, so I decided I will wear both my watches on a 6.28 mile run, and I also wore it to the gym and tracked all that information, and I'm gonna present it to you guys. Now, when I first started to sit down to record this video, I actually had the video in mind of recording a day in my life with the Coros Pace 3. So I ended up filming a little cinematic intro to the run that I took. So if you're interested in watching that, that is what is coming up next. Otherwise, you can use the timestamps down below to jump to just me running if you want to watch the run, or jump right to the information and the breakdown of everything. But sit back and enjoy the cinematic montage of me running. It is currently 5:18 in the morning, and there's a 97% chance that I get shit on from these birds. This is crazy, there's so many of them. I never stretch out here in the morning right before my runs, so this is like throwing me off. I normally go to the rooftop, if you guys have seen my videos before, but I figured I'd change it up. But I just keep on hearing these splatters. 100% a bird's gonna shit on me while I'm stretching. It's inevitable when you think of a smartwatch, you think of an Apple Watch. When you think of a fitness watch, you think of an Apple Watch. And I just got tired of an Apple Watch. I've been using it for probably 4 years. I got tired of battery life. I got tired of it just feeling the same. I got tired of the same old tracking of my workouts, and I decided to go searching for something else. And when I was scrolling through Instagram, I came across a couple of videos as I've been getting back into running of people wearing Coros watches. And if you didn't see my last video, I got the Coros Apex 2 Pro and the Coros Pace 3, and I ended up returning the Apex 2 Pro and keeping the Pace 3. And I've been using this watch for a little over 2 weeks now, and I have some thoughts. So I figured I'd bring you guys along through my day, through my run, through these seagulls squawking as I'm trying to talk in this video, and give you guys my honest thoughts of this watch as a fitness tracker, as a smartwatch, and as a runner who is getting back into running, just a casual runner who might be training for a marathon for the next 4 months. But that's neither here or there. I'm excited for this run. It's actually beautiful outside, and it's 5:30, which means I won't be getting done from this run around 6:30. I'm taking this run easy pace. Like, I'm talking easy, because I'm just trying to get myself used to running further and further. So I'm gonna chill and enjoy this run. Mile 1, 9:11. Mile 2, 9:07. Mile 3, 8:50. Woo. Mile 4, 8:50. Mile 5, 9:05. Last one. Mile 6, I think it was 8:50. I'm not for sure. I didn't look quick enough. Let's finish this run. 6.29 miles in the books. The seagulls are still chirping. That run felt absolutely crazy. Like, it felt so good. I didn't miss a beat. My legs didn't feel sore. I mean, that run was absolutely perfect. Oh, I have so much sweat in my eyes. I really probably should have just kept going, but I don't know, man. That felt so good. I'm excited about that run. I also wore my Apple Watch, which I'll compare the two runs later on in this video, but I think you know what time it is. I think you do. It is time to break down these runs. You guys see what I did there? All right, so before we even break down the data that these watches gave me, I just want to give like a quick few thoughts of wearing both watches on the run. So the Pace 3 is a really lightweight watch, and after wearing it for 2 weeks, I kind of forgot how lightweight it is. Now, when I put the Apple Watch on, it was significantly heavier, and it just felt weird. I think I've just gotten so used to how bare bones this watch is that whenever I was wearing this, not that it threw me off or like it changed my run or anything, but it was definitely noticeable and it just felt weird. But that's neither here or there. This is just a really lightweight watch. Now let's look at the data for both watches. Let's start out with the Apple Watch. So that 6.28 mile run, it said that I worked out for 57 minutes and 46 seconds. I burned a total amount of calories of 853, and my average heart rate was 150, and my average pace was 9 minutes and 11 seconds. If we look at the splits of the breakdown, it said that mile 1 was 9 minutes and 11 seconds, mile 2 was 9:19, mile 3 was 9:08, mile 4 was 9:06, mile 5 was 9:24, mile 6 was 9:02, and I was heading for an 8:44 pace for mile 7. So general stuff there, but when we look at the Coros watch compared to the Apple Watch, they're similar, but there's one big like crazy thing that I just think is weird, and I don't know if it's the watches or I'll show you. So for that run, it says that the Coros, I ran 57 minutes and 43 seconds, which is 3 seconds faster than the Apple Watch. The total distance was 6.28 miles, but the total calories was 920 compared to the Apple Watch saying I was 853 calories burned. Now the average pace was 9:11, and the average pace for the Apple Watch was 9:11. My average heart rate was 150, so those are exactly the same. But if we go into the breakdowns of the miles, they definitely change. So mile 1 was 9:11, which is spot on with the Apple Watch. Mile 2 is 9:07, which is faster than the Apple Watch. Mile 3 was 8:50 on the Apple Watch. It said I was 9:08. Mile 4 was 8:59 on the Apple Watch, 9:06. Mile 5 was 9:03. Mile 5 on here, 9:24. Mile 6, 8:49. Mile 6 on the Apple Watch, 9:02. And mile 7, or going into 7.29 miles, I was heading for an 8:43 pace, and this says 8:44. So the splits are significantly different, and the calories are significantly different. And I would imagine that the Coros is going to give me more accurate information over the Apple Watch, just because this Series 4 came out in like 2018, where the Pace 3 came out, I believe, last year. So newer technology in the Pace 3, also higher GPS tracking in this. I would imagine that the information that I'm getting from the Coros is much more significant than the Apple Watch. However, weirdly enough, they are so close to each other. Like, yeah, those splits times, I mean, if you're really looking at that, you could say that I was a little bit slower with the Apple Watch. And if you're really tracking that for a race, or if you're training for anything, those splits could like throw you off. But I mean, they're so close to being the same. But I will say, that is just all the tracking that you get for an Apple Watch. Now, the Coros app just breaks everything so much further down. If we look at this in the Coros app, it's giving me effort pace, it's giving me just more information of like where I was. So I was in zone 2 for 29 minutes of that run, zone 3 for 20, and it just gives me a lot more information to kind of go off of that you don't get with the Apple Watch. And not just with the Series 4. I don't think you get this type of information with any Apple Watch. I could be wrong. Maybe the Apple Watch Ultra gives you a lot more. And I'm sure there's apps that you can download, but it's just really nice to have everything in this one watch here. So I think I'm just mostly surprised about the calories, because I always felt like it was harder to burn calories with this watch, or what I was going off of for the Apple Watch. I will say I wore the Coros watch and the Apple Watch to the gym. I just got back, and the Apple Watch I think is superior for lifting weights than the Coros watch. For one, when you're lifting weights with the Coros watch, you have to like manually choose the body parts, and you have to track how many sets that you're doing. Also, I don't know how the watch tracks sets, so the watch will tell you how many sets that you've done, and I will do like 15 reps of curls, for example, and I'll look down at my watch and it says I've done 3. So that's just like confusing, and it's not a great way to track your workouts, especially when you're at the gym. And I just like that the Apple Watch just has like a running timer, and it just tells you how many calories that you burned. However, again, when we're looking at the Apple Watch compared to the Coros, it said that the Coros burned 334 calories and the Apple Watch burned 283. And the heart rates are pretty much the exact same. The Coros said I was 106 and the Apple Watch said I was 107. So, I mean, it's surprising that they're similar, but I guess it makes sense too as well. But honestly, just the features, the functionality, and the battery life on this thing, this is the second time I charged this watch in 2 weeks. It told me that I had to charge it because it got down to 10% yesterday, but I wore that for a complete week and didn't have to charge it. I love that this watch tracks my sleep, and the Apple Watch, if you own an Apple Watch or any of your friends do, you've heard the battery life sucks. So it really just depends on what type of lifestyle that you're doing. I would say if you're like an actual seriously runner and you want to take running or endurance training a little bit more seriously, I think a watch like the Coros Pace 3 just makes sense. Where if you're more just trying to track your workouts and you just want to see how well you've done, and you want more of the smartwatch features, and you want to be able to answer calls and send texts, then an Apple Watch or maybe even a Garmin makes more sense. But I think I just love the bare bones of this Coros watch. I also like the design so much more. I like that it's round. It actually looks like a watch. But that's neither here or there. The tracking, I think the Coros outmatches the Apple Watch, and I'm really super excited to train for a marathon with this watch, because I think that's what I'm gonna be doing. So if that's interesting to you, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I thought this would be super cool to just break down everything, give you guys my thoughts, and hopefully give you guys a peace of mind if you are looking to buy a Coros watch or if you're looking to buy an Apple Watch. So that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.